I'm one of the international programmers, and I look after a bunch of different countries and territories for films which fall into the selection of Midnight Madness. Every night during the film festival at midnight, we show a wild and crazy film from around the world. Horror films, martial arts films, thrillers, action films, black comedies. At midnight, it's something different. Last year in 2010 at the film festival, I premiered in the Vanguard section a film called A Horrible Way to Die, directed by Adam Wingard and written by Simon Barrett. At the screening at the AMC afterwards, went over really well. It was really a kind of a sleeper hit of the festival. We were hanging out after the Q&A, and there was a guy standing off to the side. I was like, wait a minute, who brought Bobcat Goldthwait, the comedian, to the screening? And everyone's like, no, he's not with us. The comedian was in town, and he just happened to come and check out a film at the film festival, was taken by the title of A Horrible Way to Die, and subsequently hung out with us that night and then came out for a number of the Midnight Madness films. So that was cool, Bobcat. Well, in the springtime, he sends me an email out of the blue saying that he's got a brand new film and would I mind looking at it for consideration for the film festival. That film is the film that we have on the first Friday night for Midnight Madness, God Bless America, directed by Bobcat. But the neat tie-in is we have another film in Midnight Madness by the people who made Horrible Way to Die. And that one's called, that's a horror thriller called You're Next. And the fun thing about how these two work out is when Bobcat was hanging out with these young guys who made the film, he was actually inspired to make God Bless America. So it all kind of comes full circle. If I think about one of the films that surprised me is a film called Sleepless Night, which came from France, and I didn't know anything about this film, and as soon as it started, it just leapt out of the gate. It's a really tense cops and robbers thriller. It's a one chase which just goes all night long in a packed dance club in Paris, as a cop has to return stolen drugs to get his kidnapped son back from a drug lord. It moves and moves, and I didn't expect it at all. So that really surprised me. And the interesting thing is, the French title of Sleepless Night is Nuit Blanche. I've got a film called The Day, which is a post-apocalyptic thriller. If you've seen The Road with Viggo Mortensen, it's kind of like that, but with more hope and action. It's a post-apocalyptic action film with Dominic Monaghan from Lost and Lord of the Rings, and I think this one's going to really catch people off guard. Really strong performances, and that's what you need in this kind of film, but when the action hits, it hits the right note.